So please mute yourself. Please. Lot of voice is coming. Yes. Okay. So today I am here with Unit 10, that is understanding personality. Okay. So continuously speaking for 2 hours is very difficult for me. So I want to make it interactive. Okay. So please interact and ask questions, so that we can make this class interesting. Okay. So any one of you, please tell me uh, your best friend. Tell me the name of your best friend. Any one of you. Please unmute yourself and tell me the name of your best friend and two qualities which you like about your best friend and two qualities which you don't like about your friend. Am I audible?
Yes, ma, you are.
Hello?
Hello, ma.
Anyone, please? Yes, hello. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
My best friend is Lawang. His name
Okay.
was Lawang. Yeah.
Okay.
And what I
So,
like from him is
yes.
and he's an honest man.
Okay.
Yeah. And then hardworking.
Hardworking. He is honest and hardworking. And two
Yeah.
qualities or two things which you don't like about him. There must be
Okay, let me
something
think.
which you don't like. Yes, anything. Hello.
Okay, hello, ma.
Yes, yes.
Okay, can I
Yes.
anything, ma?
Anything which you don't like about your best friend. Only two things. Or
Honestly
even one
speaking,
thing.
ma,
Huh? He
he
is
is an
speaking with
honest
us.
man and hardworking, but he doesn't like schooling.
He
One.
doesn't like
And I
schooling.
don't
Okay.
like, yeah, and I don't like it at all.
Okay. So why
Yeah,
he doesn't like schooling? Because he don't want to interact many peoples?
maybe he
Maybe.
prefer
Okay.
business than school.
So, okay. So your friend is two good qualities is he is honest and hardworking. And third
Yeah,
thing is he is not social. Okay. He doesn't like to go to school. So we can say that he is not a social person. Okay. He is quite
yeah,
reserved kind of person or shy person. So these are
yeah,
the qualities. Similarly, all of us have certain qualities. Okay, we all have certain qualities, like if we can be nice and friendly to others, or are not nice and friendly, we are unfriendly to others, we like to interact with others, or we don't like to interact with others, we have a very relaxed attitudes. So what is this? These are the qualities which all the persons they possess these qualities. Okay, so these qualities, the combination of these qualities is known as personality of a person. Okay, combination of these qualities is known as personality of a person. Let us see what is the definition of personality. Okay, so personality is derived from a Latin word persona, which means the mask worn by the performers who play different role in a theater. Have you seen the persons, they wear a mask, they play a role in theater? Okay, so personality is derived from the Latin word persona, which refers to the mask worn by the performers. See, let us see some of the definitions of personality. It is the combination of qualities of a person that makes that person unique. which is shown by the way the person feels, behaves, and thinks. See, the qualities which we possess, like for example, the quality which I possess mean is not similar to the qualities which you possess. Okay, so it is different in different persons. It varies from person to person. And how it is expressed? It is expressed in the way we feel, we behave, and we think. Okay, these qualities are expressed. We express these qualities which we possess in the way we feel, we behave, and we think. It includes all the patterns of thoughts and emotions that cause us to do and say things in a particular way. Okay, it leads us to act in a consistent means in a reliable and predictable, we can predict it. Okay, so it leads to act in a consistent and predictable manner, both in different situations and over extended periods of time. Okay, like for example, if a person is honest, so you will see that most of the time, okay, most of the time he or she will show honesty in his or her behavior. Okay, in many, in different situation, he or she will show his or her honesty in different situations, and over extended period of time this behavior or this personality will not change over a long period of time. Okay, if a person is hardworking today, tomorrow he will not be a hardworking person. Can you say that?
Yes,
Can
ma.
you?
Yes.
We can't say that he is hardworking today and he will not work hard tomorrow. No, so it will for a long period of time a person will show such type of behavior. So personality, it leads to act in a consistent and predictable manner, both in different situations as well as over a extended period of time. It not only includes, okay, it, the outer behavior, it is not only expressed, our personality is not only expressed in our outer behavior, but along with that our outer behavior, it is shown in our inner aspects, like our motivation, our desires, our needs, our ambitions, aspirations, perceptions, feelings, reactions, sense of self, attitudes, values, prejudices, etc. of a person. So, personality does not only include our outer aspects but also our inner aspects. And let us see the definition of personality. Personality is sum total of all the activities that can be discovered by actual observation over a long period of time to give reliable information. Like you said, na, your friend is honest and he is hardworking. How you can say that
Excuse me,
he is?
ma.
Hello? Yes?
Excuse me, ma.
Yes?
The slides are not moving.
Which is not working?
The slides.
Slides are not working. Okay. One
Yeah.
minute. Let me present it again.
It has started now, ma.
You started? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
1 minute. Now, are you able to see the slides?
Yes, we can see it, ma.
Okay,
Please.
okay, okay. So as you said, na, your friend is honest and he is hardworking. How can you say that he is honest and hardworking? What's your name? What's your good name? The person who said
Law,
that. Ah, yes.
Lawan, Lawan.
Lavang is your friend. Now, what is your name?
My name,
Ah, yes.
my name is
Suleiman.
Suleiman.
Okay,
Yeah,
Suleiman. So you said na your friend Lavang is honest and hardworking. How did you said that he is honest and hardworking?
because it is his behavior.
Yes, and from over a long period of time, uh, you s- you are seeing that he is showing the same type of behavior.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes, yes, of course.
Over a long period of time, he shows the
Yes,
same kind of behavior. So you observed it over a long period of time. You observed that he works hard and he is a honest person. So personality
yes,
is
ma'am.
the sum total of all the activities that can be discovered by actual observation over a long period of time to give reliable information. Am I clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us see few examples. Like we can say that he is a cool guy. Okay. So cool guy means it is shown in his personality. He always shows that he is cool. He is nice and friendly to others. So we can say that he is a cool guy. Ramesh is the name of a boy. So Ramesh is loyal to his friends. How we can say that he is loyalty is seen in his behavior over a long period of time. So we can say that Ramesh is loyal to his friends. She is an honest girl, like your friend Lavang is an honest boy. Okay. Julia is a kind lady. So these are the examples of personality. Okay. Next is the approaches to personality. So, the study of personality includes multiple approaches. Through multiple approaches, we can study personality. And typically, there are five significant approaches to personality, which derive their importance from the schools of psychology. Okay. Typically, there are five important approaches from which we can understand who we are and how and why we are similar and different to other individuals. From these approaches to personality, we can understand that who we are and how we are behaving in a similar manner or a different way from other individuals. So let us understand these approaches. The first approaches to understand personality is psychoanalytic approach. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm.
This light is not moving, ma'am.
Slide is not moving. I don't know why it is not working. 1 minute. I will let me stop presenting, then I will present again. Okay. Is it working? Moving? Slides are moving now? Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Try to move to the next slide and we see.
Slides are moving or not? Please tell me.
Try to move to the next slide and we see.
It is moving. Okay. So let us start. The first approach to personality is the psychoanalytic approach. Okay. And major theorists in this approach who are involved in this approach are Sigmund Freud, Eric Erikson, and Carl Jung. Okay. And the basis of this approach is Sigmund Freud psychoanalytic theory. Sigmund Freud is a psychologist who gave psychoanalytic theory. He is the founder of this psychoanalytic theory, and this psychoanalytic approach to personality is derived from this psychoanalytic theory. So Freud was the first one who discussed about the unconscious mind and its role in human behavior. He was the first one who discussed about unconscious mind and the role of this unconscious mind in human behavior. And basically, there are three levels of consciousness. First one is unconscious mind, second is pre-conscious mind, and third is conscious mind. Let us understand it one by one through this figure. Okay. So in this figure, you can see that there is you can see a sea. There is a sea, and this is an ice. Okay. This one is ice, and some part of this ice is immersed in under the sea, some part is immersed, half immersed and half outside, and other part is total outside this water. It is totally outside this water. So the part of this ice which is totally immersed inside the water is unconscious, and the part which is partially immersed and partially outside this water is preconscious, and the part of the ice which is totally outside this water is conscious. Now let us understand the three levels of consciousness. First is this unconscious mind. Let us understand what is unconscious mind. This unconscious mind exists beyond our awareness. It is uh, it is there, but it is beyond our awareness. We are not aware of that. Okay, for example, I will give you one example, one simple example. Like during your school days, a teacher used to beat you every day in your class. Okay, so it is there in your mind, somewhere in your unconscious mind. It is there. Now you have uh, grown elder, you have become an adult, but till now it is there in your mind that during your childhood or your school days, teacher used to beat you. So this kind of experiences, or anger towards a family member, it may be anger towards any family member, or child abuse, anything which happens, any bad experience or good experience which happened in your childhood time, it is there in your unconscious mind, which is beyond your awareness. Okay, so unconscious mind is that part of mind which is beyond our awareness. Next is this pre-conscious mind, the part of the ice which is partially immersed under the water and partially outside the water. That part is pre-conscious mind. That means the it includes the informations which we are not aware of, but we can recall those informations. Okay, which we may not be aware. Like for example, 10 years earlier you met one person, and today he again he stand before you and says that I am that person we met there now before 10 years back. So you can recall now who is that person and where we met 10 years back. So that is your pre-conscious mind. It is there in your, that information is there in your mind, uh, but and you can recall it whenever you need it. You can recall it. For example, uh, table table of 17. Okay, it is there in your mind and you are not using it. Okay, you are not using table of 17 in your everyday life. You may be using, may not be using, but suppose you are not using it, but whenever you need table of 17, you can recall, easily recall. So that is your pre-conscious mind. Half is immersed, half is, means it is there, but you are you are not aware that it is there, but you can recall whenever you need it. Okay, and the other is conscious mind. The third level of consciousness is conscious mind, which we are aware of the activities which is occurring in our day to day life, which we are aware of, is conscious mind. Okay, so once again I will repeat, there are three levels of consciousness. First level is unconsciousness, means the information which exists in our mind, but we are not aware of that information, that it exists in our mind. Pre-conscious means the informations which exist in our mind, we are not aware, but we can recall it whenever we need it. And conscious mind means the informations which we are aware of. Am I clear?
Yes, ma. Very clear.
Okay. So next one. See, you can see on your screen that there are faces. Okay. The middle one is is man. Okay, in his right side there is a guy who represents devil, and the left side there is a woman who represent angel. Okay, suppose this is imaginary one. Okay, imaginary one. So what, the person in the middle, he has to take some decision. Okay, for his life. The devil is pushing him towards taking a bad decision, but angel is saying that no, you should take a good decision. Okay, so sometimes this kind of situation comes in our life. Okay, when one part of our mind says that no, you should take this bad decision, other part says that no, you should take good decision, and ultimately this man who is standing in the middle, he has to take the decision which affects him. Okay, he has to take the decision. So this one, let me go back, huh? So this one, your id, ego and super ego is like that. Your id, ego and super ego, let us understand the personality through this psychoanalytic approach. What does this psychoanalytic approach says about personality? So there are three aspects of personality. This approach says that there are three aspects of personality. First one is id. This is id, 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 ego and super ego. There are three aspects. Let us understand it one by one. Id, this id is the first to develop, which includes our instincts, our inborn abilities. Okay, and it works on pleasure principle. The acts which gives us pleasure, we tend to do that act. Okay, it says that the act which gives us pleasure, we tend to do that act, and our needs should be met immediately. Whatever we need, suppose now I need one glass of water, immediately that need should be fulfilled. This id says that immediately your that need should be fulfilled, and this id operates on in our unconscious mind. Okay, this id approach, see, you can see here also this id, this id is there in your unconscious part, that part of the ice which is immersed, totally immersed inside the water. So this id operates in our unconscious mind, and it is related to uh, animalistic, animal like urges, animal like desires, which is inside all of us. Okay.
Excuse me, ma. Sorry for the
Yes.
disturbance.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to inform you that the slide is still not working, and I think it will be more better if it is working.
1 minute. 1 minute. Let me. How this is not working? Let me stop presenting. Then I will start present. Is it working now? Is it working?
Can,
Is it?
can can you move? Can you move it to another one so that we can see whether it is
Okay.
working or
Okay. I
not?
am moving. I am moving. Can you see the slides are moving or not?
No, it is not moving, ma. It
It is
is not
not
moving at
moving.
all.
Why
Yes.
it is not moving? 1 minute. Let me try it again. Is it moving now?
Yes, ma, it is.
It is moving. Okay. So we are here in this slide. Okay. We moved earlier, we moved here. Now we came back to the previous slide. Okay. So id, this id, it operates in our unconscious mind, and it is animalistic and animalistic urges, animal like urges which is there in all of us. it operates on that principle, pleasure principle. Okay, and I will give you one example. After explaining id, ego, and super ego, I will give one example which includes all these three aspects of personality. So next part is your super ego part. This one, super ego, you can see this one, this red line, you can see that. So super ego, it operates in this your pre-conscious as well as conscious. It operates in all the three levels, this unconscious, pre-conscious, and conscious. So this red line which is there from top to bottom shows that this super ego, this operates on all the three levels of consciousness, and it is like the angel. See in this slide, you can see that this angel, it forces a man to take good decision which is socially acceptable. Okay, which is socially the act which is socially acceptable, and it works on ideal principle. It works on ideal principle, and it exists on all the three levels of consciousness. Another one is Another one is ego. Ego operates in, see, you can see here, so it operates in pre-conscious and conscious level of consciousness. It ego operates on these two level of consciousness, and it is in the middle. It is in the middle, like here in this slide, the man who is standing in the middle, who uh, this devil this devil tells him to take a bad decision, this angel tells him to take a good decision. This devil is like your it angel who says that you should take a socially acceptable decision is like your super ego, and this is your ego. It lies somewhere in between your id and your super ego. Now let us understand, unless and until I will give you one example from your daily life, you will not be able to understand this id, ego, and super ego. Let us take one example. Suppose you are hungry, okay, and you know that in your friend's bag he has kept a lunch box. Okay, so you are hungry, your friend is not there in your room, and you know that in his bag he has kept a lunch box with some delicious food. So what does it says? That it says ki it works on the pleasure principle. So it says that you are hungry, immediately you should take out the food from lunch from his bag and eat the food. But what does super ego says? Super ego says that no, it is not good, your friend, he is not here, you should not take his or her lunch because he will feel bad. And uh, what does he will eat? There will be no food for your friend to eat. But ego says no, no, I am hungry, and even if I eat, my friend will not say anything. I will tell him that I was very much hungry, so I took your lunch and I ate your lunch. So he will not feel bad about me. Okay, so it says that immediately your needs should be fulfilled, but super ego says that no, you should act in a socially acceptable manner. This is not good. You should not take the food. But ego says that no, I am hungry and my friend me understands me better. Even if I took the food, he will not feel bad about me. So ego lies somewhere in between your it and your super ego. It works on pleasure principle, super ego works on ideal principle, and ego works on reality principle. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, please.
Okay. So next approach is behavioristic approach. Let us understand this behavioristic approach to personality. And this behavioristic approach to personality is based on behavioral theory of personality, that is classical conditioning and operant conditioning. These two are behavioral theory of personalities, and we can understand this behavioristic approach to personality through these two theories. It is known as behaviorism, and behaviorism is the study of individual's behavior and his or her environment and their relationship. It is the study of individual's behavior and his or her environment and their relationship, and the focus is on the outer person, not not on the inner person, but on the outer person or outer behavior. Behavioristic approach emphasizes that learning consists of changes in connections between stimulus and response. We will understand this line through example later on. So personality is a collection of learned behavior patterns which have been reinforced in the past. In past, the behavior which has been reinforced, that behavior is learned, and personality is the collection of those learned behaviors. Let us understand this classical conditioning theory. Classical conditioning theory was given by one of the famous psychologists, Ivan Pavlov. What he did, he took a dog, okay, and he kept the dog hungry for 2 3 days. And what he did one day, he kept the food. He he put the dog tied, okay, tied with ropes, and he placed the food in front of the dog. And what he observed, that immediately when he put the food in front of the dog started salivating, okay, dog started salivating. So this food works as an unconditioned stimulus, or we can say that natural stimulus, and this salivation is your natural response. After seeing the food, it is natural that the dog will start salivating. Next, what he did is he rang a bell, and after ringing a bell, the dog he doesn't responded. When he heard the voice of a ring, he didn't respond at that time. And now what he did conditioning, and conditioning means he controlled the way the dog behaved. He wanted to control the way the dog behaved. So he did conditioning, and in his experiment, what he did, he rang a bell. After ringing a bell, he placed the food in front of the dog. After seeing the food, the dog again started salivating. Every day he repeated the same process. He rang a bell, placed the food, dog started salivating. Again, next day, he rang a bell, placed the food, dog started salivating. So, this bell ringing is a neutral stimulus, and your food is a natural stimulus, and salivation is your natural response. Okay, so he did conditioning, he repeated the experiment, and one day what he saw, after ringing a bell, the dog started salivation. Even if he doesn't put the food, dog started salivation. So after conditioning, after hearing the sound of a bell, dog started salivation. So this is your classical conditioning, and it is the process. Classical conditioning is a process of training a person to act in a specific way in the presence of specific stimuli. Here, the specific stimuli was food, and his response was salivation. So he trained the dog to act in a specific way in a presence of specific stimuli. For example, I will give you one example and I will ask you one example. So let us see one example. Uh, every day, it is your habit that every day during your lunch time you take some food during your lunch time, isn't it? During your lunch time you take some food, but uh, sometimes it happens that even if you don't feel hungry, you take something during your lunch time. Okay, just because it became your habit that this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, and every day we used to take food at 1 o'clock. So today, now this is 1 o'clock. Even if I don't feel hungry, I will take the food. So this is your conditioning. Can you give one example from your daily life related to this classical conditioning, which is habit formation? It's a kind of training. Or another example may be song which was played during your school days, the annual function of your school days, a song was played. And today, suppose whenever you hear that song, you remember your annual day. Is it happens in your daily life? Is it happen in your daily life?
Yes.
Anyone? Please respond. See, please
I didn't
don't.
hear your question.
See, I have just now explained you classical conditioning theory, classical conditioning theories, like it is the process of training a person to act in a specific way in the presence of specific stimuli. I have given you one example that the song which was played during my school days, the annual function of my school days, whenever I heard that song, it reminds me my annual day of school day. So is it happen to you also? Have you ever
Yes, it does.
experienced such kind of? So
Yes.
that is your classical conditioning, no? That is your classical conditioning. And during, I have given you one more example that it is my habit that during my lunch time I take food. So sometimes, na, even if I don't feel hungry, I see that it is my lunch time, so I should take some food. Okay, so this is an example of classical conditioning. Okay, let us move to the next one. Another theory of behavioristic, another theory related to behaviorism is operant conditioning. Operant
Sorry,
conditioning.
sorry. The slide is still on the psychoanalytic approach.
Okay,
Okay. Operant conditioning.
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, now can you see operant conditioning?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the another theory related to behaviorism. This theory is sometimes referred to as instrumental conditioning. What is conditioning? Conditioning is a behavioral process whereby a response becomes more frequent as a result of reinforcement. Okay,
Okay.
so this is conditioning, and this operant conditioning is referred to as instrumental conditioning. And this operant conditioning means how reinforcement and punishment modifies your behavior. This is the
Okay.
process which says that how your reinforcement and punishment modifies your behavior. This experiment is done by B.F. Skinner, And B.F. Skinner was interested to know how the behavior of a person is influenced by the consequences of their actions. So let us see this experiment. There is a Skinner box. Okay, this is one Skinner box, and a rat is inside this box. There are two lights. One is red light, another is green light. This is your loudspeaker. This is your response lever, and this is your food dispenser. This is your food, and this is your electrified grid. Now what happens is, this rat is inside this Skinner box. Okay, whenever the rat they whenever green light was on and the rat presses this lever, presses this lever, food pallet came inside this Skinner box. Okay, but when the red light was on, and rat presses this lever, he gets mild electric shock. Understand? In this experiment, there is a Skinner box, a rat is inside this Skinner box, and whenever this green light was on and he pressed this lever, he gets food inside the Skinner box. And whenever this red light was on and he pressed this lever, he get some mild electric shock. So repeatedly he does. Whenever green light was on and he pressed the lever, he got the food. Whenever this red light was on, so after repeatedly doing this, pressing this lever, rat learned that whenever the green light is on and I will press the lever, I will get the food. He learned the behavior that when the green light is on and I will press the lever, I will get the food, and I should not press the lever while this red light is on. Soon after the repeated experiment, the rat learned that he should not press the lever when the red light is on. So this is the experiment done by B.F. Skinner. And this let us understand this operant conditioning through one example. Suppose a student in your class asks a question to the teacher. Okay, and teacher uh, gave him a good response. Suppose the teacher gives him a good response. Yes, yes, you should ask questions. Very good. You ask a very good question, and after this reinforcement, teacher uh, reply the answer to the student. So this is example of operant conditioning. So his behavior is modified because he got a good response from his or her teacher. So now after this experience, again he will ask question to other teacher also, because now he understand that whenever I ask question, teacher will appreciate me, teacher will give good response to me. So this is your example of operant conditioning, that you have learned a behavior that whenever you ask a question in your class, teacher will appreciate me. But suppose that whenever you ask a question uh, in your class and teacher scolds you, you will understand that I should not ask question in class, because teacher, he or she doesn't like asking questions in the class. So this is your operant conditioning. Can you give one example from your daily life where your behavior is modified because of the reinforcement and punishment which you get? See, he is reinforced when he get food in this pallet box, but he this rat was punished when he pressed the lever when red light was on. How he was punished? Through this mild electric shock. He was punished through this mild electric shock. So after repeated experiment, the rat learned that I should not press this lever when the red light is on. Similarly, in our daily life, we learn certain behavior due to reinforcement and punishment which we get. I hope I am clear to you. Let us
Yes.
let us move to the next theory of to personality, that is trait theory of personality. And this trait theory of personality says that our personality is the outcome of the traits or qualities which we possess. Okay, and Gordon Allport is the father of this trait theory. The major theorists of this trait theory are Isaac and Raymond Cattell. Okay,
The slide is not moving.
every time it is
Okay, the
moved.
trait approach. Yes.
Okay, so let us understand the trait approach to personality. This trait approach says that there are certain traits or characteristics which are stable over a period of time and mainly consistent over time. The traits or characteristics which we possess, and these characteristics are stable over a period of time.
Sorry, madam. The slide is not visible.
Light is not visible. Why I have
Yeah,
seen
yeah, it is now. It is.
it is visible now? Is it
Yes, yes, ma.
visible? Okay.
Yes, ma.
Yeah, it is visible now.
Okay. So there are certain qualities which we possess, and these qualities are stable over a period of time. Like you said, na, your friend is honest and hardworking. So these are the qualities which your friend possesses, and it is visible over a period of time, and it is consistent over time. So trait theory says that it is the quality which shapes the human behavior. And major theorists who are involved in this trait approach to personality was Hans Isaac and Raymond Cattell. Now let us understand what is personality traits. Personality traits are the characteristics or beliefs of a person, and these characteristics are consistent, they are reliable, they are stable, they are not changing. So they are stable over a long period of time, and it is different in different person, varies from person to person. And these traits or characteristics may be positive, may be negative. You may be friendly, you may be unfriendly. You may be honest, you may be dishonest. You may be hardworking, you may not be hardworking. Let us understand this trait theory. Gordon Allport is the father of this trait theory. And what he did, he studied how human behaviors are different from each other. Human behaviors are different from each other. How they are different from each other? This was the area of study of Gordon Allport. And he believed that personality traits are the part of individual's personality which are noticeable. These personality traits, or we can say that characteristics of a person, are the part of individual's personality which we can easily notice. Which we can easily notice. So this theory states that it is the trait that determines human behavior, and as well as how they respond to different situations and events. How we respond uh, in different situation, and in different time, how we respond, it is determined by the traits which we possess or characteristics or beliefs which we possess, that determines our behavior. So, according to Gordon Allport, there are three categories of personality traits. First category is cardinal traits, another is central traits, and third category is secondary traits. Let us understand one by one. First is cardinal trait. Cardinal trait means these traits are the central to person's life. These are the goals which they work towards their life mission. Everyone has life's mission, isn't it? All of us have certain life's mission which dominates our personality. For example, my life's mission is to become a good teacher. So I everything which I will do, it will I will do to become a good teacher. So it dominates my personality. You will be able to see, you will be able to notice this trait or this my life mission in my personality, in my behavior also. All that I will do, mm, everything which I will be based on my life's mission in order to become a good teacher. Similarly, for example, Mother Teresa, all the works which she did was to uh, do everything for mankind. Her life's mission was to do charity, to do good towards the mankind. So these central traits are our life missions. They are goals for which we work. They dominates our individual personality. So this is our cardinal trait. Now central trait is it is linked to person's general disposition. That means it is common than cardinal trait, and it serves as a basic building blocks of human personality. Like you said, honesty, friendly, these trustworthy or generous. So these are the characteristics of a person, and these are the basic building blocks of human personality. This comes under central trait. And secondary trait means these are the traits or qualities of a person which are not the core part of human's personality, but still they are the part of human personality. Like, for example, you are friendly, you are happy every day, but sometimes uh, you become short tempered, isn't it? It happens sometimes in our life, na? We become short tempered under pressure. If we have a pressure to complete a task within 1 hour, we will become short tempered. Otherwise, our trait is we always or a person who is always happy, but he may become short tempered in difficult times. So the secondary traits are the not a core part of human personality, but still they are the part of human personality. So once again, this cardinal trait, these are the central theme to person's life, and these are the goals which we work in order to achieve our life's mission. For example, Mother Teresa, her life's mission was to do charity and to do mankind, to do good for every human being. So this was the life's mission of Mother Teresa. Central trait are the building blocks of human personality. Like we are honest, we are friendly, we are generous, we are kind. So this is the central trait, and secondary traits are the traits which are not the core part of our personality, but still they are the part of our personality. For example, we may be always happy or may be always we may always show friendly behavior, but sometimes in some situation we can show uh, an adverse behavior also. So that is not the core part of our behavior, but it is still there in our behavior. Another theory is given by Cattell. He was a psychologist who also studied why people respond in a particular way to actions and decisions, and he believed that personality is uh, personality is not built up of a single trait, but instead it is made from a set number of traits, some similar kind of traits. He what he did through factor analysis, he kept some traits in one category. So doing this, he gave 16 of these traits which each person developed in their personality. That is Cattell 16 factor theory. Next approach to personality is social cognitive approach. This social cognitive approach, the social cognition is approach in psychology which focuses on how individuals' observations of others' behavior influences their own choices regarding behavior. Okay, how this cognitive approach to personality says that how our own behavior is influenced by other people's behavior, observation of other people behavior. We are not isolated human being. Every day we meet many persons. We we like some persons, and what we do, we imitate, we try to imitate the person whose behavior we like, or the act uh, which is appreciated, we tend to repeat that act. So our own behavior is influenced by other people's behavior. And how is this social cognition affect the behavior? How is this social cognition affect the behavior? How does, see, do you agree with me that our behavior is influenced by other people's behavior? Do you agree with me? Hello?
Hello, ma.
Huh. Do you agree with the statement that our behavior is influenced by other people behavior?
Yes,
Yes, ma. We
agree.
agree.
Yes. So how does this social cognition affect the behavior? How this social cognition affect the behavior? Please tell me. You may be wrong, but please tell me something based on your understanding. How this social cognition affect your behavior, the behavior. See, you observe others' behavior. Okay, you observe others' behavior. You think about it, isn't it? You think about it and you evaluate it. After evaluation, you choose the behavior. For example, suppose a student in your class or your friend in your class, he always uh, respond to a question asked by a teacher in your class, and he is always appreciated. You observe that your friend Lawang, he is answering every day and he gets appreciation by the teacher. What you will do? What you will do?
You will try to be like him.
Very good. Yes. So this is how the social cognition affect the behavior. We observe others' behavior. We think about it. We judge it, and then we choose to uh, act in a similar manner. Then we choose regarding our behavior what we should do. So very good. You are correct. Now, what is social cognitive approach to personality is our personality are fluid and it changes over time and according to people with whom we are surrounded. Our personality changes over time. Over time, it changes and it changes according to people with whom we are surrounded, who are our friends, with whom we are living. Those people, they affect our behavior and we tend to change our behavior over a period of time, not in one day but over a period of time. And our personality is the result of behavior that is influenced by observing and evaluating the actions of other people. Okay. Now there is one experiment done by Albert Bandura. He was a famous theorist who gave this social cognitive approach. He did one experiment with this Bobo doll and he demonstrated that children, what he did, na, he took 72 students, okay, and he divided those 72 students in three parts: 24, 24, 24. 24 children were kept with the group of people who shows aggressive behavior. Then another 24, he kept those children with the people who doesn't show aggressive behavior. And third group was the controlled group who were not given any kind of treatment. So after his experiment, he saw that the children who were kept with the adults behaving violently towards this Bobo doll. This was a doll, this Bobo doll. So the adults who behave violently towards the Bobo doll were more likely to behave violently towards the Bobo doll. The children who saw that the adults are behaving violently towards this Bobo doll, they were also uh, behaved they also behaved in a similar manner. They behaved violently towards this Bobo doll. So this was the experiment done by Albert Bandura, that the children who observed violent behavior, they shows they shown violent behavior, and the children who were kept with the persons who doesn't show a violent behavior towards this Bobo doll, they were more likely to behave uh, in a non-violence manner towards this Bobo doll. Okay. So next approach is humanistic approach to personality, and major theorists who belong to this humanistic approach to personality were Maslow, Abraham Maslow, and Carl Roger. This humanistic approach focused that people are fundamentally good. This approach to personality focuses that people are fundamentally good. So, this approach gave importance to psychological growth, free will, and personal awareness. Carl Roger, he also believed in the goodness of the people and emphasizes on the importance of their free will. This theory says that a person should be given an opportunity to develop his full capacity. Okay, so his personality will be developed in such a manner when uh, he will be given an environment to develop uh, so that his psychological growth can take place, his free will, and he can be personal aware. He can be aware about himself or herself. So Carl Roger believed in the goodness of the people and emphasizes on the importance of their free will and their psychological growth. See, Abraham Maslow, he was a psychologist who gave um, a hierarchy of needs, and people are motivated, according to him, people are motivated by a hierarchy of needs. So this is, see, you can see the figure on your screen. Can you see the figure on your screen? Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
No, ma.
No.
The screen is not
No,
moving.
the screen has not been moving for a while. Okay, it is now in.
Now, can you see this Maslow's hierarchy of need?
Yes, mom.
Now my screen is moving or not? Tell me. Is it moving?
We can see the Maslow's hierarchies of needs on the
Okay,
screen, but we cannot.
okay,
Please try and scroll up and down. Let's see. Change slide and let's see if it will show here.
okay. Is it moving now?
No, no, it's still Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay. I don't know what is happening. Why it is not moving? Is it is it moving?
Yes, it is moving. Please go up again.
Okay. So let us see Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So at the lowest level, there is physiological need. Physiological need is breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, and excretion. These are the physiological needs. Okay, so these needs should be fulfilled. After fulfilling this need, the next level of need is your safety need, that is security of body, of employment, security of body, of employment, of resources, of morality, of the family, of health, and of property. Safety of your body, your employment, your resources, safety of the family, safety of health, safety of property. So this is the next level of your need. Unless and until your physiological needs are fulfilled, you cannot move to this safety needs. And when your safety needs are fulfilled, you move to the next level of need, that is love and belongingness, your friendship, family, sexual intimacy. So this is the third highest level. After this love and belongingness need, the next is esteem need, self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect to others. And slowly we are moving towards this self-actualization need. This is morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving. So Abraham Maslow was a psychologist who studied positive human qualities and the lives of exemplary people. In 1954, Maslow created the hierarchy of human needs and expressed his theory in his book Motivation and Personality. And what is self actualization? A person's motivation to reach his or her full potential. Self actualization means a person's motivation to reach his or her full potential. As shown in Maslow's hierarchy of need, a person's basic needs must be met before self actualization can be achieved. Just I said, na, this need is at the lowest level. Unless and until this need is fulfilled, we cannot move to the next level. So this is your basic need. Physiological need is your basic need. So unless and until this lowest level of needs are not fulfilled, you cannot reach to your this self actualization need. That means you cannot reach to your full potential, you cannot achieve your full potential. So this is your Maslow's hierarchy of need based on this humanistic approach to personality. Next is constituents of personality. uh, So earlier we have studied the approaches to personality, and the psychoanalytic approach to personality focuses on the unconscious, behavioristic focuses on our overt behavior, social cognitivists they stress on thoughts, ideas, expectations, and humanistic approach they focuses on our needs, our interest, and ourself. Now let us understand the basic constituents of personality, or the components which are involved in personality. The first constituent is the unconsciousness and conscious. Unconscious and conscious. And unconscious, as I explained earlier, it is there in our mind, which but we are not aware, which it is beyond our awareness. So this unconscious, there are three aspects of our unconscious. The first is your biological aspect. Biological means the aspect which is composed of our instinct. Instinct means a way of behaving, thinking, that is not learned, that is inborn. We don't learn that behavior. That is, the behavior is inborn. So the first one is biological. Another one is your uh, temperament. Another one is your temperament. That is your inborn personality. And third aspect of your unconsciousness is predisposition, that is to behave and react in ways similar to our ancestor. So unconscious has three aspects. First is your instinct, another is your temperament, and third is your predispositions. Your instinct means your behavior that is not learned, temperament is your inborn personality, and predisposition is you behave in a similar manner as your ancestors. The second is your uh, social consciousness or superego. Superego, that behaving in a socially accepted manner. Superego means behaving in a socially accepted manner. Next is the conscious. Conscious refers to our reality. It is our ability to experience reality. It is just like your ego, which works on your reality principle. Isn't it? Conscious is just like your ego, which works on reality principle. And it is somewhere in the middle of id and super ego, and it is that which faces the outcome of the decision. Whatever decision we take in our life, it faces that. I have given you one example that I am feeling hungry, and lunchbox is there in my friend's bag. He is not present, but still it says that you are hungry, you should immediately take out the food and uh, take the food, eat the food. But superego says that no, your friend is not there, and it is just like stealing the food. You should not take the food uh, and eat unless and until your friend permits you. You should not take the lunch. But ego says that no, I am feeling hungry. My friend knows that. He's very good. He knows that. He understands me and he will not say anything. So I should take. So ego is works on reality principle. I am feeling hungry and it is no, I know it is not correct, but I know that at the same time my friend will not say anything. So that is ego and that is related to our conscious part. It works on reality principle. Next is our next constituent is temperament. It is an individual's characteristics level of emotional intensity and is recognized within the first few weeks of birth. Like, for example, often you have heard that your mother, let us take an example from your daily life. Sometimes your mother says that na, during your childhood time na, you were a very difficult child. You were very difficult child, or she may say that you were a very easy going child. You didn't cry. You were always jolly. So what is this? This is temperament, which is recognized within first few weeks of your birth. Your mother, your family member, they recognize uh, these characteristics within the first few weeks of your birth. So it is easy. It is early indication of personality. This temperament is early indication of your personality. So temperament is your inborn personality, and heredity plays an important role in creating temperament. As I said, na, you tend to behave in a manner which is similar to your ancestors, your father, mother, your grandfather, and grandmother. Okay. So next constituent is learning. And there are three kinds of learning: basic, social, and verbal. Tell me, any one of you, tell me what is basic learning? What is basic learning? Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Huh. So if I am audible, please tell me what is basic learning? Any one of you? Or what is social learning? Leave basic learning. What is social learning? Just now I explained, no? Social cognitive approach. What is social learning? Please try to
Social
answer.
learning.
Yes.
Social learning is the things that you learn from your peer groups or
Very good. Very good. Your friends, your peer groups, your society. Correct. Social learning is the learning which takes place in our society. It's a kind of learning. This kind of learning, it plays a significant role in development of our personality. In social cognitive approach, just now we learned that how our own behavior is influenced by other people behavior. That is social learning. That is social learning. And your basic learning is your learning through conditioning. That is when you get feedback from our environment, and it is determined from the pattern of reward and punishment. Okay, the learning which takes place when we are rewarded or when we are punished. It includes latent learning also. Latent learning means unlearned learning, which we we don't the learning means which we are unaware that learning has taken place, but still it takes place. Okay, latent learning is the learning which we are unaware of, but it takes place. Um, like it is also known as hidden learning. Learning takes place subconsciously without reward or punishment. Okay. And third one is your verbal learning, which refers to like A for apple, B for boy, C for cat. Have you ever heard that child learns like this? How they learn these alphabets A, B, C, D? A for apple, B for boy, C for cat. Like this they learn. That is your verbal learning. It is the process of forming verbal associations. And at the most basic level, this verbal learning is naming, attaching a name to an object and later to naming as labeling behavior. So, learning is what is learning? Learning is a relatively permanent change in our behavior. It is not permanent, it is relatively permanent change in our behavior. There are three kinds of learning: basic learning, social learning, and verbal learning. Basic learning means learning which includes conditioning, that is getting feedback from our environment and is determined by the pattern of rewards and punishment or reinforcement which we receive. It includes this basic learning, includes dated learning, which is also known as hidden learning, which the learning which takes place but uh, without any kind of reward or punishment. Social learning means learning which takes place in our society through imitation. That is social learning. And verbal learning is process of forming verbal associations. It is naming, attaching a name to an object and later to naming as labeling behavior. Next constituent of personality is emotions. Emotions Emotions are our feelings towards an object. It may be towards an object, maybe towards a person, or maybe towards an event in our environment. Okay? Emotions, it may be towards an object, isn't it? Our emotions may be attached with our mobile phones, our laptops. So, our emotions are our feelings attached to our object or to some person or to event in the environment. For example, whenever we feel happy, how does we express the feeling of happiness? Please tell me how we express our feeling of happiness. Is there any mode to express our feeling? How do we express our feeling of sadness?
Crying.
Very good. When we are sad, we cry. When we are happy, sometimes we dance or we
We
listen.
laugh, we smile
Very good.
when we are
Smile,
We
happy.
sleep.
we dance, we listen to loud music to express our feeling of happiness. Okay, so emotions are our feelings which are attached to any object, persons, or event. Next is your motivation. Motivation is it denotes a person's needs, desires, and wants. It is the process of motivating people to take action in order to achieve a goal. I want to get good marks in the upcoming exam. So all the work which I will do to get good marks in the upcoming exam. And how and which this motivation makes me work in order to achieve my goal. This motivation makes me to do all those things so that I can achieve my goal. My goal is to get good marks in upcoming examination. And this motivation is of two kind. First is intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic, as the name itself suggests, it is from inside. It is from inside. Nobody will give me reward when I will get good marks. Nobody will give me a reward or prize. But still, I am motivated. Still, I will work hard to get good marks in examination. But extrinsic motivation means, suppose your father says that, Peter, if you will get good marks, I will give you new mobile phone. So you are motivated. You will work hard in order to get good mark so that you can get a new mobile phone. So this is your extrinsic motivation, isn't it? From outside, we are motivated from some outside force, na? Here your father says that you will, I will give you or I will gift you a new mobile phone when you will get good marks in the coming examination. So you are now motivated to.
Yes, we will get we will get good grades. We'll try very hard so that we can get the mobile phone. So
Okay. So there are two types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So next constituent of personality is self-concept. Self-concept means, tell me what is self-concept? It is very easy. All of you can answer. Peter? Peter, where are you? Hello? Okay, Peter is not there, I think. Any one of you tell me what is self-concept?
self-concept is about knowing about your own self.
Very good. It is
So,
the
for example,
perception. Yes, very good. You are correct. It is the perception and belief about ourselves. It refers to what we see when we look at ourselves in terms of self perceived physical characteristics, personality skills, traits, roles, cognitive abilities, and social status. In terms of all these things, how do we perceive ourselves? Either it is related to physical characteristics or personality skills or traits or roles or cognitive abilities and social status. So it is the sum total of our self definition or self image. It is the sum total of our self image, and it develops when we are at the adolescent stage, isn't it? When we are at the adolescent stage, this self concept develops, where at this stage for the first time we perceive ourselves that, wow, we are a good looking guy, isn't it? It is the stage where we feel that we are good looking, or I am very intelligent, or I am very good at sports, I dance very well. So what is this? This is self concept, this is belief about ourselves. About it is sum total of our self image, how we perceive ourselves. And it can be understood as a person's self image, self esteem, and or the evaluated self. So once again, I will repeat, the constituents of personality are your unconscious and conscious, temperament, learning, emotions, motivations, and self concept. Another one, next is your the factors affecting personality development. Basically, there are two factors which affects our personality development. First one is your biological factors, that is factors such as our hormones and brain structure influences our behavior. It is our genes uh, that affect that, or that specify our personality traits. Like for example, in your previous example, I said that the personality is influenced, or we try to behave or react in a way similar to our ancestors. So this is biological factor. We get from our parents, our grandparents, certain behavior pattern which we get from our parents. So your personality is influenced by these biological factors which you get from your parents. And another factor is your environmental factor, the factors which you get from environment. And this in this environmental factor, your first one is your family, and your family plays an important role in developing or in shaping your personality, because your family is the one who fulfills your basic needs, and a child's basic needs should be fulfilled. Okay, if the basic need is not fulfilled, what he will do? If the child he doesn't get food in his or her house, he will steal. In school, when he will go to school, he will steal, or outside, he will try to snatch the food. So family plays an important role in shaping the personality of a child, and the basic need of a child should be fulfilled in his or her family. Next, environmental factor which affects the child's personality development is parenting style. And there are four types of parenting style. First one is authoritarian parenting style, means the parents are they are extremely strict. In this authoritarian parenting style, parents are extremely they are extremely strict, and they have a high expectation on children. For example, the parent want their child to obey their demands. They will try that their child they obey the child obeys their demand. And children of the parents who are authoritarian parenting style, they tend to show unhappy behavior, anxious, insecure when they interact with their peers, their friends. They will show insecure behavior. They will feel unhappy, frustrated, aggressive, and they will get poor grades. So this authoritarian parenting style shapes your personality. Authoritarian parenting style means parent will be very strict, and they will impose high expectation on the children. And the children of uh, the this type of parenting style, they will tend to show unhappy behavior, insecure, frustrated, and they will obtain poor grades. Second type of parenting style is permissive parenting style. That means the parent will show low demands with high responsiveness. They are very loving, but they fail to set uh, certain limits. They fail to set certain limits. Like for example, they do not make many demands on the child. Permissive parenting, they do not make demands on the child, and they keep telling their child to act any age they want. So they are very loving, but they fail to set any kind of limitation. And the children of these type of parenting style, they will show an impulsive behavior, they are aimless aggressive behavior, they will be low in self reliant, they will be self controlled, the child will be self controlled. Third type of parenting style is authoritative parenting style. And authoritative parenting style means parent will be, they will be supportive, they will be responsive, and they will set certain limits over their child. And the children, they will show the behavior friendliness, they will be energetic, cheerful, self reliant, they will be cooperative. Why? Because their parents are supporting, but with certain limitation. Uninvolved, uninvolved means the parents are not involved in child's activity. And when the parents are not involved, the child will have low self esteem, low self confidence, and this behavior will be shown in their personality. So, parenting style influences is the most important factor which influences on child's behavior. There are four parenting style, and each type of parenting style they influence in their own way on child's behavior. Next environmental factor is culture and society, which greatly contributes to the development of our values and our beliefs. Our culture and our society, they play an important role in shaping our values, in developing our values and our beliefs. For example, suppose in your society, if you see that uh, people discriminate between male and female, so now, because it is, you are seeing in your society that uh, there is a huge gender differences in your society, so your behavior will be shaped according to that. If you are a boy and you are given too much importance in your society, then you will be confident, you will be arrogant. So that kind of behavior will be shown in your attitude or in your personality. And if you are a girl and in your society less importance is given to a girl, then that kind of behavior will be shown in your personality. So this culture and society, they play an important role uh, in development of our values, and also our self image. Our belief about ourselves is influenced by our culture and our society. Next is media. And as you know that media is an important source, most important source of entertainment, as well as it is important source of education, information, and it plays an important role in socialization also. And it affects on our values also. Like for example, uh, mm, mm, if you see an advertisement uh, on advertisement which is, if you watch an advertisement on your TV and it is related to washing your hand before taking any food. So after seeing that advertisement, it affects your personality, it your behavior, it affects your behavior also, isn't it? Can you give me one example uh, of role of media in shaping your personality? Just now I gave one example. Yes, yes,
Yes, there are many examples.
yes,
For
yes.
example, if you been watching television and then they try to watch music video and then they are dressed improperly, you might be tend to be convinced to be also be dressing improperly based on fashion or something. But at the
Okay,
same time, there are so many things about bad news, people spreading bad news and things. If you keep on watching this, and sometimes it can also influence you to also become someone who likes to spread bad news.
okay, okay. Another, any other example? Other one? Any other person? You can give many examples from your daily life, your media, newspaper, your television, your internet. They help in shaping your behavior.
Like when a child see an advert about brushing of teeth before going to sleep.
Hmm.
That can change the behavior of the child. Whenever he wants to sleep, he will wants to do that brushing of a thing that he saw on the
Very
television.
good. Very good. So that is the role of media in which has a positive as well as negative impact on our personality. It can impact positively also and negatively also, isn't it? Do you agree with me that media has a positive as well as negative impact on our personality?
Agreed.
Yes. Okay. So next important factor is our peer group. Our peer group, all of you know that peer means we have similar interest, similar age. Okay. So our peer group, they play an important, very, very important role in shaping our behavior. Isn't it? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with
Yes,
me that your friends, they play a very, very important role in shaping your behavior?
yes, they do a lot,
Yes.
right from childhood up to adulthood.
Yes. Yes, very good. Very good. And if you do something, if you act something, they reward you and they can punish you also. Okay. On your act, they can reward you and they can punish you also. So your friends, they play an important role in shaping your behavior. Just now you said, na? Very good. That is correct. If they are charming, you also tend to uh, be like them. Okay. So next is self plays an important role in shaping our behavior, how we perceive ourselves um, is very important in shaping our behavior. If we perceive ourselves as a good person, then it will be seen in our behavior, it will be seen in anybody, it will be reflected in our behavior. I mean to say that it will be reflected in our behavior, because self concept is the totality of our thoughts and feelings with reference to ourselves. So that thought and feeling about ourselves will be reflected in our behavior. So self also plays an important role in shaping our behavior. Process of personality development, and how personality development takes place. Socialization, we have talked many things about how society plays an important role. We uh, we live in society and this society plays an important role in shaping our behavior and our personality. So personality development takes place through socialization, and I don't think that I need to explain this socialization. All of you know what is socialization. And structure of personality. Next topic is your structure of personality, the transactional analysis. And this transactional analysis is a psychological tools that enables you to understand the structure or elements that constitute our personality. And let us see the structure that constitute our personality. First topic is the concept of ego state. So our personality ego means I. Ego state means a state of ego or I. I is central means I am the central of everything. And this our personality is made up of three basic ego states. First is parent ego state, another is adult ego state, and next is child ego state. Parent ego state is that part of personality which we have borrowed from our parents, our grandparents. So that is parent ego state. Adult ego state is the behavior. Uh, uh, Behaviors ego, the adult ego state is the behaviors are about collecting, analyzing, evaluating information and making sense and balanced judgment about things. It deals with the facts and not feelings and emotion. Adult ego state means we are dealing with the facts, not uh, feelings, not with the feelings and emotions. And your child ego state is the repository of feelings and emotions. In the adult ego state, there is no role of feeling and emotion, only rational things. We take a balanced judgment which is based on our rational thinking. But child ego state means it is the repository of feelings and emotions. So Chi- so your ego state has three parts, three aspects: parent ego state, adult ego state, and child ego state. And your ego state is made up of all these three parts. So I have completed this unit, personality. Let us recapitulate what we have studied today. Okay, we have studied what is personality. Personality is the qualities, it is the sum total of qualities which we possess, and these qualities are stable over a period of time. We have studied the five important approaches to personality. First approach is psychoanalytic approach, which is which is related to id, ego, and superego. There are three aspects of personality: id, ego, and superego. Id works on pleasure principle, ego works on reality principle, and superego works on ideal principle. Next approach is behavioristic approach, and behavioristic approach says that all behaviors can be learned. It can be learned through reinforcement or punishment. The personality is a collection of learned behavior which have been reinforced or punished in past. Next approach is trait approach, means our personality is very much based on mm, the traits which we possess. Our personality is based on the traits which we possess. Next approach to personality is social cognitive approach, which says that our own personality is influenced by our own behavior is influenced by other people behavior. When what we do, we observe others behavior, we think over it, we judge, and then we choose that behavior. So that is social cognitive approach. Next is humanistic approach, uh, which is based uh, on the fundamental principle that all human beings are good. It works on the um, it focuses on the understanding that basically all people are good, so they should be given an opportunity so that they can develop to their fullest potential. Next topic which we have dealt today is constituents of personality, consciousness and unconsciousness, temperament, learning, emotions, motivations, and self concepts. We have studied all these constituents of personality. Next, we have studied about the factors which affects the personality development. Basically, there are two important factors which affects our personality development. One is biological factors, the factors which are hereditary, which we have got from our parents. Another factor is environmental factor, which includes our family, parenting style, uh, culture and society, media, peers, and our feelings and thought about ourselves. All these factors are environmental factors which affects the development of a personality. We have also studied today the process of personality development, how personality is developed. It is developed through socialization. Personality is developed through socialization, and at last we have studied the structure of personality, which includes the concept of ego state, and this ego state is made up of three parts: parent ego state, adult ego state, and the child ego state. I hope I am clear to you, and I have covered this unit 10. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Ma'am, should I close the recording now?
Yes, yes, yes. I have completed my presentation.
Okay, okay, ma'am.